Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, today I'm going to ask the cards about the West Memphis 3. This is a famous case, and it's been on many documentaries and different shows about it. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of an update. I'm going to be reading from the Wikipedia, and I'll put the link down below because I want to keep the facts straight. So the West Memphis 3 are 3 men convicted as teenagers in 1994, so we're talking 30 years ago, of the 1993 murders of 3 boys in West Memphis, Arkansas. Not Memphis, Tennessee. West Memphis, Arkansas, United States. Damian Eccles was sentenced to death. Jamie Miss Kelly Jr. to life imprisonment plus 2 20-year sentences, and Jason Baldwin to life imprisonment. During the trial, the prosecution asserted that the juveniles killed the children as part of a satanic ritual. Due to the dubious nature of the evidence, as well as the suspected presence of emotional bias in court, the case generated widespread controversy and was the subject of several documentaries. Celebrities and musicians held fundraisers in efforts to free the men. In July 2027, new forensic evidence was presented. A report jointly issued by the state and the defense team stated, although most of the genetic material recovered from the scene was attributable to the victims of the offenses, some of it cannot be attributed to either the victims or the defendants. Following a 2010 decision by the Arkansas Supreme Court regarding newly produced DNA evidence and potential juror misconduct, the West Memphis 3 negotiated a plea bargain with the prosecutors. On August 19, 2011, they entered an offered pleas, which allowed them to assert their innocence while acknowledging that prosecutors have enough evidence to convict them. Judge David Laser accepted the pleas and the sentence the 3 to time served. They were released with 10-year suspended sentences, having served 18 years. So basically what the judge said, the judge accepted their pleas and said, okay, your sentence was 18 years, 78 days, which is what was the time served. And then they were released with 10-year suspended sentences, meaning if they committed any kind of crime, even like shoplifting, for example, this would be brought back to the court. So in some sense, they were never proven innocent. They took a plea and the special offered pleas, which allowed them to assert their innocence. So they said, we're innocent. And the courts are saying, well, that's not really what the evidence points to. But the judge accepted the plea as time served. So my question is, are they innocent? Are they really innocent? Or did their lawyers find a crack in the system? So I'm not going to go into too much. They murdered 3 young boys. Well, not they. 3 young boys were murdered. I'm not going to go too deep into the murders because we're asking about the people who were charged with it. There were 3 very young boys. There's lots of victim memorials. For example, Steve Branch, he was 8 years old. I'm talking like really young. So Steve Branch is, he was 8. Again, Christopher Mark Byers was 8 years old. And Michael Moore was 8 years old. So these are really young boys. Like, they're poor parents. Like, honestly, they're poor parents. And in 1994, a memorial was erected for the 3 murder victims. The memorial is located in the playground of the Weaver Elementary School in West Memphis. where all three victims were second graders at the time of the crime. Oh boy. Let's just have a moment for the victims here. So the suspects, at the time of their arrest, Jesse Miskelly Jr. was 17 years old, Jason Baldwin was 16 years old, and Damian Eccles was 18 years old. And the reason they were arrested is these weren't like great kids. They had some crime already under their belt. They just weren't, outstanding citizens, let's put it that way. Juvenile delinquents, I believe we call them, or we used to call them in Canada. Then some of the evidence was like witnesses that maybe have had different alternatives, why they were witnesses, tit for tat. There was maybe some revenge going on. The investigation, it was almost like the police went, well, we know the three who did it, and really didn't look much further. Some kind of knife showed up, possible teeth imprints, and then one of the main witnesses recanted their eyewitness testimony. And then, like I said, in 2007 was new DNA testing and whatnot. Also, there was jury and foreman misconduct. So it almost sounds like they wanted these three to be guilty so they could get this over and get the people in jail. What's interesting is there was no murders after that of young boys, 8 years old and in grade 2. All right, so there's all kinds of documentary studies. Let's just go right into asking the cards, are these three actually innocent? Or did they find a loophole? And again, as I read that, I shuffle the cards so I get the energy into the cards. Okay, they are ready. Ooh, justice was not served. Justice in reverse. Justice was not served. So justice for the boys or justice for the three that were charged? Oh, King of Swords. Judge, lawyer, Hierophant, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 8 of Cups in reverse. I'm going to say, why do I want to say hung jury? Hung jury. They had a really good, a judge. I'm going to say this is a judge with the Ace of Wands on top of it. 4 of Pentacles. Look at that. Looks like the little boys. The 5 of Swords in reverse. You know what? I think this was the main witness. Her name was Vicki Henderson, and she recounted. I think she was trying to maybe manipulate the situation. Oh my God, 10 of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. Wheel of Fortune. 10 of Pentacles. Listen, I'm getting that they were really lucky they had a good lawyer. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Hierophant in reverse. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. 4 of Swords upright. 6 of, you know what? My 6 of Cups upright is DNA, is genetic, right? That's things that are passed down. We also have the legacy here card that is upright. But we have the Eight of Pentacles beside it in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse. Is this people that the families knew that got things stayed? Let me just see here about this. What was there anything okay, I'm just reading about the DNA here because we do have the DNA. On October 29th, 2007, papers were filed in federal court by Eccles' defense lawyers seeking a retrial or his immediate release from prison. The filing cited DNA evidence linking Terry Hobbs, stepfather of one of the victims, to the crime scene, and new statements from Hobbs' now ex-wife. Also presented in the filing was a new expert testimony that the supposed knife marks on the victims, including the injuries to Breyer's genitals, were in fact the result of animal predations after the bodies had been dumped. On September 10th, 2008, Circuit Court Judge David Burnett denied the request for a retrial, citing the DNA test as inconclusive. That ruling was appealed to the Arkansas Supreme Court, which heard oral arguments on the case on September 30th, 2010. On November 4th, 2010, the Arkansas Supreme Court ordered a lower judge to consider whether the newly analyzed DNA evidence might exonerate the three. The justices also instructed the lower court to examine claims of misconduct by the jurors who sentenced Damian Eccles to death and Jason Miskelly and Jason Baldwin to life in prison. In early December 2010, David Burnett was elected to the Arkansas State Senate. Circuit Court Judge David Laser was selected to replace David Burnett and to preside on the evidentiary hearings mandated by the successful appeal. So they never said that this DNA evidence was admissible in court. It was a plea deal. So this was a good judge, and this was also favors. As part of the plea deal, the three men cannot pursue civil action against the state for wrongful imprisonment. Many of the men's supporters and opponents who still believe them guilty were unhappy with the unusual plea deal. So something was put to rest here. This is telling me the Six of Cups in reverse, that DNA evidence. Wish upon a star, the devil. It was a satanic ritual. Strength and Queen of Swords in reverse. You know, I'm not seeing a lot of not guilty here. We started off bang, injustice was served. Hung jury, hung, nothing moved forward, nothing has moved on. There was a lot of gaslighting in this crime. We have look at the three major arcanas here. The Star, the Devil, and the Strength. Three of Wands in reverse, Two of Wands upright, Temperance in reverse, which is the devil. We're talking about more satanic. King of Wands in reverse, Two of Cups in reverse. you know what? I don't believe they're innocent. I think they took the plea deal to get out of a sticky situation they were in. I'm not seeing anything that's innocent here. I was looking for the Ace of Cups. I was looking for Two of Cups upright. I was looking for what would other be innocent? Page of Cups, right? Surprising news. I'm not getting a lot of really positive cards here. I'm getting a lot of planning, making deals with the devil. Here, this King of Wands here in reverse. This is sacrifice. There is some kind of sacrifice going on. Where's the Three of Cups? That, celebration, yay, we're innocent and we made it. They were really extremely lucky here with the Wheel of Fortune. 9 of Wands upright, Hanged Man in reverse, the Magician in reverse. Oh my God. 4 of Wands in reverse. This was a sacrifice. This was a sacrifice. Knight of Cups in reverse. Something was taken back. Knight of Cups upright is your knight in shining armor. Is your, coming to save the day. This would be like your big shot lawyer. This would be, evidence. This evidence is in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to be fair. I'm going to read some of this other stuff here about people who say why they would be innocent. John E. Douglas, a former longtime FBI agent and current criminal profiler, said that the murders were more indicative of a single murder intent on degrading and punishing the victims, rather than a trio of unsophisticated teenagers. Douglas believes that the perpetrator had a violent history and was familiar with the victims and the local geography. Douglas served as FBI unit chief of the investigative support unit of the National Center for the Analysis of Violent Crime for 25 years. He stated in his report for Eccles' legal team there was no evidence the murders were linked to satanic rituals and that post-mortem animal predation could explain the alleged knife injuries. He said that the victims had died from a combination of blunt force trauma and drowning in a crime which he was believed was driven by personal cause. But he didn't come up with anybody who would have that personal cause. So let's just talk a little bit about the defendants. Jesse Miss Kelly, born 10th of July, 1975. He is now... Of course, the 10-year sentence, the 10-year suspended sentence has expired because that was from 2011. That expired on August 19th, 2021. Since his release, Miss Kelly has become engaged to his high school girlfriend and enrolled in a community college to train as an auto mechanic. So we have no updated information since 2021. Charles Jason Baldwin, born April 11th, 1977. He initially resisted to agree to the deal, insisting as a matter of principle that he would not plead guilty to something he did not do. He then realized, he has said, that his refusal would have meant that Eccles stayed on death row. This was not justice, he said of the deal. However, they're trying to kill Damien. Since his release, Baldwin has moved to Seattle to live with friends. He's in a relationship with a woman who befriended him while he was in prison. He stated that he plans on enrolling in college to become a lawyer to help wrongfully convicted persons prove their innocence. Baldwin said in a 2011 interview with Piers Morgan that he worked for a construction company and was learning how to drive. Damian Wayne Eccles, he was born Michael Wayne Hutchinson on December 11th, 1974, so he's going to be 50 this year, was on death row, locked down 23 hours per day. In prison in 1999, he married landscape architect Lori Davis. Let's see. DNA evidence at the scene was not found to include any from Eccles or his co-defendants. He moved to New York City after his release. And then his mental stability during the years immediately prior to the murders and during his trial was the focus of his legal team in efforts to win a new trial. Let's see. He was given into having hallucinations, and he gained power by drinking blood. That inside him was the spirit of a woman who killed her husband. And so anyway, so he had a lot of mental health issues. He developed psychotic euphoria that caused him to believe he would evolve into a super entity. So a lot of this mental state while in prison was also called into question during the trial. Now, Eccles' aftermath, he is relocated to Salem, Massachusetts with his wife and has no intentions of returning to Arkansas. In a 2013 interview with Piers Morgan, he said he would like to have a career in writing and visual arts. He self-published a memoir, and he's written a couple of music and other kind of forums and whatnot. It doesn't say that he's been very successful in any of that. He's applied for a appeal for the DNA testing, and that was in January 2023. But it's like really semantics, like, oh, the appeal was applied in the wrong county and the DNA was entered in a different county. And in March, Eccles' team responded in such that a dismissal reason is irrelevant because both counties are within Arkansas's 2nd Judicial Circuit. In April 2023, the state Supreme Court ruled in favor of Eccles' appeal for DNA testing, and there's nothing after that. My cards are telling me that I don't think we're going to get a full positive result. I think honestly, I think he's kicking the can down the road here. If I were him, I would take what he was given and be it at that. The sword is in reverse. The sword can cut you, man. Like, he's being really stubborn about this. I'm not getting that these boys were entirely innocent at all. At all. I hate to say that about, because I've done other readings for people who were wrongly committed, and, you know, you can tell the difference when the cards are saying, well, yeah, no, they're really innocent. Like, positive cards are coming up. The first card we got is justice has not been served. I'm getting like hung jury stuck. Like, I'm going to ask the cards quickly. Are all three innocent, or is just one? Are all three innocent, or are they covering up for their one buddy who is mentally unstable, has hallucinations, has ideals of grandeur, believes in, you know, some of the satanic rituals that they say boys might have gone through. Now listen, I don't know how one can murder 3 boys at the same time. Even though they're 8 years old. I'm sorry. 3, I could see one deranged man And I'm not putting this information into the cards. I'm just stating facts. I could see one deranged man having friends along for the ride saying, hold those two while I do this. And now they're all kind of stuck in the same situation. Let's see what's going on. I'm just going to ask a yes or no question. I'm going to do 5 cards for each of the 3 boys. Upright positive, reversal negative. Jesse Miss Kelly, innocent or guilty. I said, you know what? I'm going to read. Who was Jesse Miss Kelly in attendance at the death of the 3 boys in West Memphis, Arkansas? Was Jesse Miss Kelly in attendance? I'm not going to say are they guilty, but was Jesse Miss Kelly in attendance? Upright positive, reversals negative. Oh, the moon. Reversal tower, reversal the world, reversal 7 of pentacles, reversal of swords, 8 of swords in reverse, and then the Queen of Swords upright. No, he was not in attendance, but he has some really big cards here. Charles Jason Baldwin, was he in attendance of the murder of the 3 young 8-year-old boys in West Memphis, Arkansas? Was Charles Jason Baldwin in attendance? Upright positive, reversals negative. Interesting cut. Reversal, 2 of cups in reverse, 3 of wands in reverse, 4 of swords upright, Queen of wands in reverse. No, he was not. 10 of cups upright. He was not. So let's ask for the last one. Damian Wayne Eccles, also born Michael Wayne Hutchinson, was he in attendance on the murders of the 3 boys, the 3 8-year-old boys in West Memphis? The justice was not served. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, false information, gossip, let's see. Upright positive, reversal negative. You can't make this up. Justice in reverse. Oh, jeez. You saw I shuffled them after that. Page of Wands in reverse. 7 of Wands upright. Page of Swords in reverse. Temperance upright. No, he was not. I'm going to ask another question. Does Damian Wayne Eccles know who was? Does Damian Wayne Eccles know who was? And maybe that's why they're not completely innocent. Does Damian Wayne Eccles, also born Michael Wayne Hutchinson, does he know who murdered? Is he an acquaintance? Does he know who murdered those 3 young boys in West Memphis, Arkansas? 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the Sun in reverse, 5 of Swords upright, 5 of Pentacles upright, 8 of Cups upright. Yes, he does. He does. He does so. And he's kept it secret and he's kept it quiet. Right? Look at this knife pointing at the sun, and you keep it quiet or you'll be dead. He knows. He knows who did it. So maybe that's where the innocence isn't showing up. That they know who did it. They've kept their mouth quiet. for whatever reason, they've kept the information in the dark. For whatever reason, look at this knife going, you shut your mouth, you dirty bastard, or you'll get it, or your family will get it, or somebody will get it. Maybe that's why some of them left the area. I know they probably left the area because it's probably a small town kind of feel to it. But yeah, that's them walking away and leaving. And here is the Knight of Swords, the attack, the assassin. So he knows who did it. So that's where they aren't completely innocent. Why won't they give up the person? Why won't they give up the person? What does the person who did it have on them? Did they participate in some kind of ritual with that person? What do they have? What does the person who did commit the crime have on them? What does the person who did commit the crime have on them? Oh, I just noticed I have a big snake there. What does a person... Snake. Is there a snake in the investigation? What does the person who did it have on them? I will kill you. I will hunt you down and I will kill you. He's an important person in the community. Not only will I hunt you down, I'll hunt your family down. Everybody you know in the whole world will be mine. Yeah, the Star in reverse, 8 of Wands in reverse, Hanged Man in reverse, and the 2 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, the person who did commit this crime is very well known, is an emperor, so it could be like a mayor or a city councilor, or higher upper echelons, could even be a businessman in the area. And you are going to be quiet. You will never talk of this again, or I will hunt you down and I will kill you. Knight of Wands in reverse, Queen of Swords showing up again, and the Queen of Wands showing up again. I think there was threats to their mothers. I think there was threats to, this guy could have even been a judge who made sure that these people were put in prison. And it's interesting, once the judge changed, the evidence changed. He's related to this person. 10 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Swords. Betrayal, 3 of Swords. What's the underlying? 4 of Swords. You tell anybody you're dead. Not only are you dead, your family's going to be dead. And everybody will think it was you who killed your family. This person's holding a big gun over their head. Absolutely, 100%. Betrayal. Oh yeah. That's why they did it. They did it to save their families. And perhaps a lawyer came around and said, well, I've got this one thing that will help you get out of prison and stop the death penalty. But we can't go any further because the DNA evidence will show exactly who it is. And your family will die. Wow, that was a twist I didn't see coming. So, are they innocent of the actual murders? Yes. Are they innocent to the effect that they know who did it? No. They know who did it. They are being threatened. Not only that it's not that they would die, it's just that their family would die. They'd watch their family die, and then they would die. And they would be pinned on the murders of their own families because they're already murderers, and this is an upper echelon person. So like I said, like a senator or it could be a judge or, a business owner, or it's just somebody who is risen above the ranks somehow, that has power, And he has no plans on going to jail. He does have plans of making sure other people go to jail. He's not a nice person at all. He might have a lawyer or a prosecutor or somebody on his side, or knows who he is, and refuses to say anything because they are also maybe worried for their life. This guy is ruthless. Is he still alive? Let's get some clarifications. Is he still alive? Is he still alive? Because that was 30 years ago. I mean, if he was an older man, he could be gone by now. No. 6 of Cups in reverse. No. Hierophant in reverse. No. He's off to go pay his dues. Good luck with that. 8-year-old boys. All right, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think about this. What do you think? Do you think they're innocent? Or do you think, they didn't do the crime, but they know who did? So does that make them completely innocent? Interesting question. Thanks for watching. Take good care. Bye for now.